Hey guys, so today I'm doing a story time video. This story, it happened to me about a year ago, and I know I did post some videos about what happened, but I thought I would just tell like the full story of kind of what happened and everything that went through my mind and all that stuff. So here we go. So last year in April, my bunny Daisy, and I'll get her and show you her in a second, had babies, and I had no idea it was gonna happen, and it was crazy. Flashback 30 days earlier, my boyfriend and I were outside and we were letting the rabbits like hop around in the grass and stuff because we like putting them outside sometimes on their leashes so they can eat grass and lay in the sun and, you know, like be cute. So that happened. It was like the spring, so the grass was just kind of coming out. We hadn't brought I don't think either of them had been outside yet because we had just got them in the winter, and so we had them outside. Dexter wasn't fixed yet, and Daisy's still not fixed, but she wasn't fixed, and so we had them outside, and Daisy wasn't on a leash because she's so small and she was such a baby that she kind of just hung around my boyfriend, and she didn't really want to run away because that's just not what she was about, I guess. Now she would like bolt, but before she was really like slow and like didn't understand what grass was, and she was kind of like really cautious, so it was okay. But Dexter was on a leash because I don't think he'll run because he's so fat, but I don't know, I just wanted to put him on a leash and like let him chill, like do his own thing. I'm not hovering around him. So he had her off, and somehow he got on top of her, and I was like screaming at him like, don't do that. And my boyfriend, he was kind of too late, like you couldn't really do anything. It was too late. He didn't do the full on like and then fall over. If you Google rabbits getting it on, you'll know what I'm talking about. He didn't like finish like fall over like they usually do, so we didn't know, like we kind of thought, oh, like we caught it in time, whatever. So we had no idea. So then 29 days later, we were just like hanging out, and I noticed that Daisy was acting really weird. And she's weird, like she's a weird rabbit, but she was acting like super extra strange. And she was, we have like this plastic castle. If you've seen my other rabbit cage video, you'll know what it looks like. It's blue and it's like a castle. And that's kind of like their hiding spot. It used to be anyways when they were smaller. And she had her own cage, but now they're together in a cage because he's fixed. But at that time they were separated because he wasn't fixed, and we didn't know that she was pregnant, so I guess we could have just had them together the whole time, I don't know. But anyways, so she was in her own little, like not little, but like a good sized cage. And Daisy, she's like this big. I will show her, I promise. But she's like this big, maybe smaller. She's really, really small rabbit. And Dexter's like this big. So, you can imagine. Anyways, so we noticed that she was like running in and out of her castle and like bringing things in. And I've seen rabbits give birth many times when I was younger. My dad had tons of rabbits. Like I know what the signs are, and I was like, oh shit, like Daisy's about to have babies. Like I know what this looks like. She's like carrying the hay and stuff in her mouth and like going back and forth into the castle, and she started pulling her hair out because I saw lots of hair in the cage, and I'm like, oh my god, it's happening. Like I started crying because I'm like, what the fuck, like this is not fair. Like I felt so bad for her because she's so small and she was still really young, and I was like, this isn't fair, like this isn't what she wanted. Like I was so pissed off at my boyfriend because I'm like, how could you let Dexter get on her, and like it's not nice, and I was really upset. And so I was really freaking out about it, and I think it was like around 6 o'clock, I want to say, that I noticed this. And so right away I was like, hey, we need to like get her stuff and like get her ready to have babies, because I feel like she was a high risk because she was such a small young girl that I was afraid. She wasn't that young, like she was quite a few months old, but like I was still like mom mode, like paranoid that she was like gonna like die if she gave birth to these massive baby bunnies because Dexter's so big. So I was like freaking out, like, oh my god, don't let this happen, I don't want her to have babies, I'm gonna like freak out. So for the next few hours we had been like waiting and waiting and waiting for her to have babies. I called my boss because he had lots of like farm animals and stuff, and I was calling him like, what should I do, is there anything I can get, blah blah blah. So I went and got like straw and stuff so she could make a nest, and she had her hair, and I put sawdust in there too so she had like a nest to make. And then around 10 o'clock I saw her go in her castle, and she didn't come out for like a while, and I was like, I think it's happening because she's not coming out. She's like in there and she's really cleaning herself, and that's how you know that they're gonna give birth really soon, is when they're cleaning themselves a lot, so they're preparing. And I'm like a wreck, like I'm like, she better not die, like I don't, like I cared about the babies, but at the same time I was like, I'd rather have Daisy because she's so special to me. I'd rather her be okay than the bunnies, the babies be okay. Like I was so concerned about Daisy. And I get emotional when I think about it because I was so stressed out. But she was having the babies, and I knew she was having the babies. I could just tell, like, I don't know if it was like motherly instincts or what, but like she was in there for a long time, and I was like, okay, they're coming. But I couldn't look because I was too afraid. Like I was so afraid that they were going to be stillborn because she was so young, and because Dexter was so big. I was just literally like, hey, they're dead, like there's no way that they're gonna be okay. I was just so paranoid. And my boyfriend stuck his head, like tried to like look in the castle, and he was like, they're moving, and I started bawling like so loud, like so loud, crying like it was embarrassing. And my brother came running downstairs. This is how I know I was loud, because my brother came running downstairs and he was like, are you okay, are you okay? Because I was like bawling so hard, and I was like, they're babies, they're here, the babies. And he was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god. So she ended up having 3 babies that night, and one of them was very small. The other ones were like, there was one like this big, and I called him Chubbs because he was so fat. I'm like, you bastard, you like took all the milk, and like, but he was like so big. And then the other one is the one that we still have now, and his name's Felix, and he was like medium size, and then the other one was really 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 small. And I didn't think that that one was gonna make it through the night because it was so small, but it did make it for I think like maybe a week. And I think he ended up getting out of the nest, and he ended up dying, which was like broke my heart. But like I just couldn't believe like that I had 2 babies, like 3 babies, and then I had 2 babies, but still like that I had any babies. It was the most beautiful experience of my life. I would totally do it again for sure. It was amazing. Like I just loved raising those little baby bunnies and like having them grow up and like be snuggly on me when they're little and tiny and they're like little fluffy, and oh my god, I died. Like I literally died. So I ended up giving my friend one of the bunnies, Chubbs. She named him Dodge, and he's super cute and she loves him. And then I have one of the babies as well. My boyfriend wanted to keep one. I was like, we have enough bunnies, but no, he wanted to keep one. And he's beautiful, like he's gorgeous. And yeah, so I'm gonna go grab Daisy and show you what she looks like. And yes, and she's the exact same size as she was when we got her, and she was only, they said 10 weeks old, but I think she was younger than that, but maybe it was just because she was so small. But she's the exact same size as she was when we got her. So yeah, I'll go grab her now. Hold on. So this is Daisy. She is half dwarf, half, oh don't you start, half Holland Lop. She's really small. If you've seen my animal videos, you saw Dexter and you saw Daisy, I think. And yeah, you can see the size difference. Like she's so tiny compared to him. Like she is like a tiny little baby compared to him. I hope you guys like my story time video, and let me know what other stories you want to see. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Bye.